So handshakes could be banned under new workplace rules to avoid expensive sexual harassment claims. Oh my God. So handshakes could be banned under new workplace rules to avoid expensive sexual harassment claims, an expert has said. I'm confused. How exactly is a handshake sexual assault? I don't get it. Shaking hands can be considered sexual assault? This is very odd. Kate Palmer, an associate director of, and by the way, didn't a lot of people used to meet in the workplace? I mean, where are you going to meet people now? You spend much of your day at work. You go home. What, are you going to meet them on the subway? I think I met like one or two broads I banged on the subway, but no relationships came out of it. What the fuck? I mean, the workplace is probably one of the best places to meet the opposite sex because, hello, you already have a pretty good indicator that they share some of the same interests as you because they're doing the same work as you. So that right there already gives you a moderately decent foundation to build upon and meet people who are similar in mindset to you. But no, you can't hug, you can't shake hands. A lot of these workplaces have no fraternization policies. Fucking hey. And of course, it's mostly white people, because it's mostly white people that work in these offices. Oh, God. And in professional jobs. All right, so Kate Palmer, an associate director of advisory at HR Consultancy Peninsula, said employers may ban all forms of physical contact to avoid confusion about what kind of touch is appropriate. There's confusion about what's inappropriate? I don't understand. I grab your ass, that's inappropriate. I grab your tits, but we're not dating. That's inappropriate, right? We haven't banged. We're not in a serious relationship, and we never will be, obviously, with all these fucking policies in place. I think I know what's inappropriate. What am I, a retard? I don't know what's appropriate for touching? I thought these companies wanted smart people working for them. Oh, affirmative action. Okay, so they got a lot of morons working for them that don't know what appropriate and inappropriate are. We hired a lot of stupid people. We need to pass these rules for dummies. Handshakes could be banned in the workplace as a way to avoid sexual harassment. Handshakes. Oh my, I don't get this. How is that? Again, how do people not know what appropriate and inappropriate are? I'm assuming a lot of these people went to university, and all people do at colleges are bitch and moan about the patriarchy and how evil men are, and what's inappropriate, and rape culture, and if you bump up against a wayman, that's rape. So, I don't know how people don't know what's inappropriate or not. By the way, that's not inappropriate. It's just, a way of women trying to turn themselves into victims by lowering the bar for what essentially qualifies you to be a victim. Ms. Palmer added the Me Too movement has forced employers to think about implementing more black and white policies. More? God. She told the Metro some employers may put a complete ban on physical contact. You know what some also might do? Stop hiring as many waymen. Did you ladies ever stop to think that might also be a consequence? No, because we put all these safeguards into the government that force employers to hire us. Yeah. Whether that's going too far or not is a question I would pose because it's contextual. Really? It's very interesting. Aren't the left the ones that say the context doesn't matter? I've heard them say this time and time again. Context doesn't matter. They employ different standards based on what they're talking about. If they're talking about something they don't like something Trump said, no context. Context doesn't matter. But if it's something they like, oh, well, there's this rich tapestry of multi-varied contextual colors. Okay. Unless it's an opinion or a policy you dislike, then no context. Does shaking someone's hand go too far? What is this? What's wrong with you people? What's going on here? What are you all autistic or something? Are you like that fucking guy in Rain Man that if you touch him, he has a conniption fit and starts flailing around? What's wrong with you? No, it seems like the whole goal here is to isolate people as much as possible. I'm in a room full of people, but I feel like I'm all alone. Is that what they're trying to do here? I mean, it's just, Jesus Christ, it's not as if people aren't already isolated enough with fucking social media and online gaming. I mean, Jesus Christ, you could go weeks or months without talking to another fucking human being. Oh, but that's normal. That's normal. Jesus Christ. No, it's not normal. Oh my God. This is crazy shit. This reminds me of a comment I saw on Facebook. This is just, as an aside, but it's kind of, related to what I'm talking about here. So some guy, I posted a comment, I don't remember what. I think it was about, something. And he said, that's normal. That's normal. No, I responded. I was very clear. I think I commented on something that was very dysfunctional and abnormal. And he said, well, that's normal. That's the new normal, but that's not normal. So when I use the term new normal, that is essentially the things that are dysfunctional, that are abnormal, that don't really work, that are being pushed on society en masse by the media, by the government, by education, through propaganda, through ideology, to try and replace that which is traditional and actually objectively normal for human beings and human behavior, okay? So I call that the new normal, but it's not normal, all right? Look, the idea that normal is just whatever is most prevalent, it's wrong. Normal is that which is normal in objective reality. That which maps to and corresponds to human behavior and what is, quote unquote, normal for humans in objective reality, okay? It's not just whatever you feel should be normal. Ah, boy. All right. So let's finish this story. So yes, it's contextual. Does shaking someone's hand go too far? Well, no. And by the way, if I put my hand out and somebody doesn't want to shake my hand, okay, but if you choose to shake my hand, how the fuck is that me harassing you sexually? Oh my God, can you imagine a woman complaining about sexual harassment because you wanted her to shake your hand and you held your hand out and you're being essentially polite? How you doing? My name is blah and your name is blah and you shake my hand and you feel so uncomfortable by that you go and complain to HR? Wow, you got some problems. You got some real problems. I see 100 cats in your future, okay? I see 100 cats and mounds of fucking cat shit in your house because you're too depressed and sad to clean it up. So it just piles up until it hits the ceiling and then you die of a horrible disease from all this cat shit. So she said a handshake is probably safe. Probably? I don't know what's unsafe about a fucking handshake. I don't know what gender studies course you're going to if it's teaching you that a handshake could be problematic. Unless, what am I saying? These courses make no sense. Unless an employer bans it, then it's a rule that needs to be followed. Wait, what? I thought that all you leftists thought you were fucking revolutionaries. You think that fucking Che Guevara is great. This fucking guy who murdered thousands of people, men, women, and children just because they didn't agree with his ideology. Do you like communism? No! Boom! You're dead, bitch. Next. Got a big fucking pit here with 1,000 bodies. We're going to add to it if you don't agree with me. You all think you're a bunch of counter-revolutionaries and that the laws shouldn't apply if they don't adhere to your ideology. But now suddenly, the rules should be followed? Oh, but that's only the rules that you agree with, right? If the rules you disagree with, then suddenly, rules don't matter. Anyway, it comes as 3 out of 4 people want to a complete ban on physical contact in the workplace. What people are you talking to? They must be talking to all ugly fat women or something, right? Who are angry and bitter that they're alone, so they want everybody else to be alone. And that's feminism, by the way. In a nutshell, according to a recent survey of 2,000 adults by Total Job. Well, they don't give a breakdown by age, by marital status, by relationship status, by sex. Well, you say 2,000 adults, men, women. What was the sex breakdown? What was the age breakdown? How many of these people were in relationships? They don't tell us. So we don't know what their biases were, or if you had any biases in regards to who you were asking. Miss Palmer, I mean, you could have been asking the fat, ugly biddy that doles the fucking mashed potatoes under the kids' fucking plates at the public middle school, okay, with the fucking hairnet on, and she's an old spinster, 60 years old, never had sex, hates men. Yeah, I don't know who you asked. It's crazy. Can somebody say confirmation bias? Miss Palmer added, putting a hand on someone's back or giving them a hug when they're upset could be too personal, and staff should be mindful of that kind of touch. Yeah, because we can't have human beings getting close and forming actual meaningful connections. Yeah, that could endanger us. You mean endanger the global elites that want us to be mindless sheep automatons that work and slave away just to pay them taxes? We're just a tax chattel for them. And the best way to achieve that is to have us separate from each other. Yeah, okay. She said the level of appropriate contact varies from person to person, but also from industry to industry. Yeah. For example, patting someone on the back on a construction site may be more acceptable than if it was an office. Oh boy, yes. The efforts to normalize nonsense continue. But this is not normal. How many people... let me open up the the Skype here if anybody wants to comment, all right? This is crazy. Handshakes are dangerous. Dangerous how? How are they dangerous? I mean, are they afraid that if people make physical contact, that there might be a spark and then the unthinkable might happen? Some guy and some gal might get together and boff and then have a relationship and then get married and have kids. Oh, no. That would be so unthinkable to the evil, angry cunts who are coming up with these nightmarish scenarios to ruin the lives of what were previously normal women. Makes me think of a meme video I saw recently of these pictures of before and after women. Like they had a before and then an after. Like this was her before feminism and this was her after. And like the before picture was a good looking broad. And then the after picture was this ugly head shave fucking, 12 rings in her fucking nose, 27 earrings in each ear, got fat, armpit hair feminist with tattoos on her cheek and shit. That's what feminism does to women. Oh, boy, there are some evil, nasty kraut bitches out there. Big, fatty, Nazi, feminazi broads who just want to destroy the lives of what could possibly be normal, eventually happy women in stable relationships. Can't have that! Useful idiot broads. They don't seem to realize they're enforcing the wants and whims and wishes of the global elites, who only want to keep men and women apart because it makes us easier to control. There's no stable foundation of family to give children of those people a stronger mooring, a stronger foundation, a stronger moral foundation, a stronger sense of self, an ability to think for themselves. We don't want that. No. We want single mothers that teach boys to think with their feelings and not with their minds. Then we can manipulate and control them that much easier.